Hi, this is Srinivas Tamada, founder of 9lesson.info. Thanks a lot for your support. And this is my first voiceover. Let's see how I'm going to impress you guys. Okay, today I'm going to talk about React Native, how you can make a simple application like this. So this is the iOS view and this is the Android view. So this is I'm just displaying the 9 lessons feed. Okay, so now let's talk about React Native. So React Native is a JavaScript. It's a simple JavaScript library. Like why everybody using now? Like why? What is the use of React Native and how it works? So there are a lot of things out there. There are jQuery, Angular 2. So many are in the market. But nowadays, most of the people are talking about React Native, and most of the top companies are using React Native nowadays. So the main advantage is the React Native will create a virtual DOM. So I'll explain you what exactly the virtual DOM, why you need a React Native. So for example, you are making an application like, for example, or this is my labs application. Just see if you continuously load the data is keep appending to this screen. So that means that it is actually loading into this DOM. DOM means it's a HTML body. It's whenever you scroll it, the new data is keep coming. So if you just think about Facebook or Amazon.com, if you keep loading, at one point entire application is going to crash. If the same thing if I'll make for a mobile, just think about if you really know about Facebook, a few years back Facebook applications keep crashing on iOS and Android devices. Many people started uninstalling it, but finally Facebook made came up with a better solution that's called virtual DOM. So virtual DOM is like, I think last time I explained you what is actually virtual DOM. In a real-time example, like not real-time, like uh, let's talk about an application point of view. This virtual DOM is actually working like a robot, like whatever new instructions is coming, it'll record here, then it'll give to the DOM. For example, I'll tell you in a real-time example in a simple way. Like, for example, your boss is giving you 100 instructions in 1 minute. How many you'll remember? You'll not remember anything. Very few will remember. But the same instructions or same thing you note it down or something you recorded with the device, and then slowly, like, you can understand and you can do the work. So that way the virtual DOM will work. Because of this, application never crashes and it'll be pretty speed, like Instagram and all. You're loading n number of images. Even in Facebook you can keep scrolling, you can load a lot of videos and all. Okay, let's start, like how we can create a simple application with React. Okay, I'm going to close everything. I'm going to start from the scratch, and for this you need a MacBook for Xcode, and you need to install Android Studio as well. Yeah, let's install the React Native first. First of all, you need to install the Node.js, and then we need to install React Native CLA. It is React Native command line in a global mode. So open your terminal. It's now I just going to desktop. Now I created a folder called work. Okay, let me make it big. Okay. Now we are going to set up our project here. So you can use this command and you can install it. I already installed it, and give sudo here because it will give you complete root permissions to install it. Okay, let's create a project. So this is how you can create a project. So I'm just giving a name called my project. And this will take a time and to set up all the library files. And if you see here, this is going to create all of the files. And meanwhile, open your editor. I usually love to use Visual Code, and you can just open the project. So it will be in the desktop, work, my project, and open. The files are still installing. And then, if possible, try to install all these extensions, like React code snippets or React code, native code snippets for ES6, and Beautify. That will format your code. Now you can see most of the files loaded. Let's see what's happening. Still it's under progress. Okay, now go to the project called the directory. So this is what my project. Now I'm going to run this project with iOS. So use React native run iOS. Now this will trigger your Xcode emulator, and it will show you output. The process is still going on. So now we are going to modify these two files. These are the default files. The both are same, but now we're going to work for the iOS, and if you want you can work for the Android. Let's see what's happening here. The first time it will take some time to build all the Xcode files, the same way for Android as well. Yep, this is what the output. If you see, let me minimize it. The best thing in React is hot loading. That means, like, whatever you do changes, it'll impact here immediately. So you need to enable hot loading by using Command D, and you'll find these options. Just click on enable hot loading. Now you'll see the effect. I'm just changing to my project text, and see, text has been changed. I'm deleting this stuff, and this is a class name is welcome, so I'm changing to 30 and color some blue. Now see, you'll see the, and if you want you can add like font weight bold. So this way you can change whatever you want. So React is usually like everything is a view based and a template based. So this way you can write your instructions. The Vue CSS is a little completely different. But I'm going to use, but you know, from making everything template from the scratch, it will take very, it's huge time it will take. So instead of that, I'm going to use any framework, like any template framework I'm going to use. Before that, I'm just going to create a, I'm going to change this folder structure and how I'm going to arrange this project. So I just created a folder called source. So in this I'm going to create a folder called components. So here I'll keep all the components, like this page is a main page. Now I'm going to create a 3 components like app header. Everything is JavaScript here, and app footer and app body. And what is this? How this is simple, like, you know, you can just copy this code and paste it here and just make it like header, yep. And we're not going to use these things, so I'm just dropping off. Basically all these you can import from the React Native. So the basically, like, you know, this is what your project, and if you want to change this component name, you have to change it here in the initial file. This is stable because this works with the project, so if whatever you want you can change this. But here, and you need to export this module because we are going to import this in the main file, so you can just module dot export. Instead of header, I'm going to give app header, so this way you can maintain properly. So this is what the app header, this contains a header, text I just imported from React Native. So there are a lot of components available here. Like if you see, you'll find all the instructions, like, you know, image, list view, button, model, navigator, all these things. You just go through this. Anyway, in this process I'll explain you how we're going to use all this. So this is what header, and the same thing I'm going to copy in here. Footer, I'm just changing here app footer. And here it's app body. So now I just created 3 files. So now I'm going to delete all the stuff. I'm going to import these 3 files here, because that way I can organize the code proper way. So here, like, it's very simple. First you need to import all these files. Just use the import and app header from quotes. So it will give you the instructions src and components, and this is app header. The same way import things like footer. Yes. So now I'm not going to use the style sheet here anymore. If you want, you can. I'll just explain this somewhere in the body. Okay. So now I'm not going to use this. Here, this is my view. This is React Native standards. So here I'm going to import all these things. So how are you going to import this? How are you going to use it? So this is what it's like a tag. You can use, just close it. You're not writing anything, so otherwise you can close the tag as well. So I'm going to import all these components like this, the body and footer. Let's see, I'm just saving it. This is what my view, header, body and footer. So like I'm going to use this. I'm going to add some styles in the body, so that way you can see some colorings in that. So you can just take this off, take this code, follow this code, and you can just paste it. I'm creating a new class called like body text. Import this here, otherwise it will create a problem. So import this library and use it here, like style. This is what we're going to use, styles dot, and it will show you here like body text. I'm giving some color as well to show, like red, and font size 40. See, this is what the footer, body and header, and I used the flex one, so that's why it occupied everything. So I'm just deleting off. So this way, like, you can create the template, but you know, this is very painful job for creating from the scratch. Okay, the same if you want. And now see, I modified this. We don't want this anymore. So now this is the standard one. So we are not touching anymore this file. So we're going to work on these three files: app header, footer, and head body. So the same thing you can like copy and paste it in the Android as well. So my personal opinion, I hate Android because it's taking so much of time. Anyway, I'm not using it, but I'll show you the output at the end, like how the same output it will come in the Android, but it's pretty slow. So okay, so I'm going to use now template framework called NativeBase. It's someone made a very nice job, like it's called NativeBase. It's a template engine for like React Native. So there are a lot of here the docs to install this. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use these components. Like there are a lot of components. See, You can buttons, see all these things you'll get it very easily. So let's install this first. So just use this command, go to this your project folder. This is my project folder, and I'm just installing. It's a save, means it's like npm save. The best thing in Visual Code, like you will see the terminal here, integrated terminal. So usually I use this. So I'm installing this. Yep. So I guess it's got installed, and it'll update your dependencies as well, because next time, based on this, all the packages is going to install. Okay, let's create a header. So now there is a header here. So this is what exactly we are looking for, the output. So this is completely different. So before that, we need to import a container. Everything works based on the container here, and then you can work on header stuff and all. So first I'm going to import this container in the main file, and main file in the sense of like iOS thing. So here I'm importing the NativeBase. So you'll get all these instructions here. So I'm going to use container because this is the base one. So instead of view, I'm going to use container. So I'm not, anyway, these things I'm not using here. So now everything comes under the container with the NativeBase. So now save, you'll get an error. Don't worry about that. So yeah, the same thing I copied in the Android as well. Yeah, whenever you get these errors, yeah, I forgot to tell you that whenever you install a new library, I mean new package, you need to restart the entire React Native build. So I'm just closing this, and go to your project directory and just close this terminal emulator as well. So I'm just closing everything now. So now React Native run hours. This will recreate entire build. Yeah, you can minimize this now. So now it's recreated entire build. So yeah, now you'll not find any errors. So again, I'm just enabling the hot loader. See, it's called command D. So okay, it's in there. And now I'm going to the NativeBase again, and just taking this and using this in my header code. Let's go to here. Let's mark my header. So instead of this, I'm just pasting this and project header. See, now you can see now. Yeah, you will get an error because you need to import all these things here. Because if you see import from NativeBase. So now I'm going to import every module like header, left, button, the icon, and what else, title, body, and the right. Yep. Now see, all these things came up because we include everything, so I'm not going to focus on these things right now. So let's see now, project header, and so this is what, see, you got this interface now. So the same way we're going to do it for footer and the body. So now let's go to footer components. Like, there are a lot of things here. Let's see, I'm going to use this. Yeah, so this is what the footer code. So go to the footer part, the same thing you have to follow, same thing like for whatever you did for header, like import from NativeBase, all these things like footer, tab, button, icon. That's it. Now see this, these icons came now. So if you want to even change, I just changed, like, you know, you can change these names here, like feed, like egg, or you can use paper. Like, there are icon names. You'll find a lot of things in the here is the icon list. So what are the names are available? So based on that, I think you go through this and you'll find the names. No, I'm going to delete this off. And now if you see, this footer is not fixing here, so the body, it's completely depends on the body. So the body tag, you have to import the content. It's called content. It's a unique base component again, so you need to import that. Content from NativeBase. Now you see, like, the body is this and the header. So if you want, you can use this, or else, like, if you're not interested with the custom styles, you can just go with this. So now your content comes here, the footer part is here. So if you want, you can change this to active here if you want, and change to, I'm changing to about and person. You see, the icons has been changed now, and this is what your body. And now come to the header part. So now I'm going to include my logo. So here, like from the 9 lessons logo. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to create one more folder in the source called img, images. I'm going to copy all these images here. So let's see. So these are my images. So I'm just moving here. So these are 2 images. So what is this? Expected character for 9 lessons 34. It's okay. Okay, but it happened because of the hot loading. Yep, I'm going to import an image here. So I'm just using image tag. So instead of this title, I'm just formatting it again. Okay, extra spaces. So let's create image source, source. So it's outside the folder, so image, and at the same time you have to give the styles as well. Width 150 and height 30. Let's see. Yep, it's giving something here. Okay, a spell mistake here. So, now let's see this. Like, yeah, even if you want, I think it is taking on a bit in mind now. So, yeah, you just don't forget about these things. Dismiss all. Because of the hot loading, all these things will come. So, yep. So we just completed the header now. So the body, like, if you want, we can take some like card templates from here. Like there are a lot of things. So okay, let's take this card template. So many things here. So okay, let's take this. Okay. So card template I'm taking. Meanwhile, I'm going to use a simple one because okay, I'm just taking this card, simple card. So the body, so instead of this I'm using a card, and so need to import all the stuff like card item and the body. And the text is here, like project text. Yeah, this is what my project text. So I can repeat this here, like so. So this is how the things is going to come. So okay, now thing is, now I explained you how to do the templating. So now I'm not going to use this anymore. So yep. Now let's modify this NativeBase template. Like you can customize all these things with your own colors, not writing a style sheet. So NativeBase is giving a different, like, customization setup. Look, so this is what you have to run this command. So use this and execute this, and this will create a folder structure here. Like this is what the NativeBase theme. So all the components will move here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this to in the source folder and renaming to themes. Yep. So now this is what themes. So I'm going to rename this with my theme, or like 9 lessons theme. Yeah. So we need to hook this up with main component. Okay, so you need to import this. So let's import here like themes. Yeah, so we need to import this here. So here like license from themes, variables, and line license theme. And you can find all these instructions here, how to use that and all, like see. So, and anyway, you have to do this as well. So like get theme, like we change the structure now. So this, now this works with style provided. So you have to import a style provider. And here, like style, get theme, and your theme file. I mean the okay, I'll rename this to yep. So now let's see how. Yep, so you have to restart everything again. So now close this, terminate, run this again. Yep, see, this is what the custom theme. So like now I'm going to modify all the stuff if you want, like example, like there is it. Let's modify footer stuff, like yeah, footer default background is something. So instead of this, I'm changing to some different color like red. See now? So it changed here. Or like you can modify all these things, like what is the tab active color, like this is what, like see this changed, and footer background will be different. So you can change this, and header. So whatever you want, you can modify all this stuff, like you can change the default structures like radio buttons, all the backgrounds. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like you can use the same thing like for Android as well. Just copy and update this as well. Now let's see like how the Android project works now. Yeah, let's see the output for Android now. So just open your SDK for Android Studio. So this is what this, now you have to import that, like it's in my desktop, work, and my project, and this is the Android folder. I'm just selecting this, opening this. So this will take time, and it'll the gradle build will happen for some time. It'll rearrange all the components and the icons, media files, everything. damn slow sometimes. Yeah. Yes. Okay, now let's keep running. Yeah, it's almost done now. You can check with the emulator. Like here, I think you can create a new virtual device and you can add it. Like if you want, like a lot of things will be. I have no clear idea about this Android, but I just installed this, and so the Nexus 6. So just okay, and see the output. And before that, you just follow the instructions for Android, like make sure enable all these SDK packages for Android Studio, and set up your Java path and Android home path. Still is, yeah, this is what the output now. Yeah, if you want, you can run this for Android as well. This is Command M. You'll find that if you want, you can enable the hot reloading here, and here in the template file there are a lot of checks. It's example, like, you know, like it's a different colors for Android. You can specify, like there is a checks for everything. There is an iOS platform, like, and this works for, there is a small if checks. This works for iOS and this works for Android. So there is like active tab, and based on that you can rewrite all the stuff in this. Yeah, that's it. Like, and don't try hot loading with Android. This is killing the system because it's taking a long time to load. I usually work with iOS always. So it's okay. Now maybe I'll continue in the next video. I'll continue how to write a JSON connection here, like how to connect like Ajax call and pull all the information and loop the data here in the card, and I'll explain you how to implement custom custom functions, like injectable functions, like if you want to do any modifications with the functions. I'll explain everything in the next post, I mean next video. Thanks a lot.